Light is fading fast. From this old town we gotta go. Our bags are packed, so what we waiting for? There's no point in delaying what we both already know. Escape this time.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Rising After Ashes. So today we are at Bush Hill State Forest. We're going to check this one out. This is on the difficult trails list for the Western New York Hiking Challenge. It's about a 4.5 mile give or take hike out and back on the Finger Lakes Trail. It also crosses over, I believe, the North Country Trail, if I remember correctly. So I've never been here. I'm looking forward to it, and let's go check it out. All right. Here we go, Bush Hill State Forest. So today is a very cool day again, about 55 degrees. And I'm just happy for that it's not raining right now, because it was raining for like, I swear, 6 days in a row. So, no rain, we'll take it. There's a 30% chance, but I don't think that we'll have any problems today. So far, the trail looks to be in good shape. Obviously, it's a little wet, a little damp, but that's okay. We can deal with that. It is the day before Memorial Day, Sunday. Tomorrow's supposed to be 65 and sunny. Not the 80-degree day that we're looking for, but hey, that's okay too. So yeah, according to the sign back there, this trail is part of the Finger Lakes Trail. So we're going uphill. I did look at the topo map, and this does go uphill for the first couple of miles, I think, and then should flatten out. This is really cool though. Look at these pines, and look at how there's just this row. It's really, really cool. And then we get to some taller pines. I always like to turn back and give you guys a visual here. We get into some nice ferns, and the ferns are really cool. Nothing like tall pines above and ferns on the forest floor. There's just something about it. It's definitely a vibe. We're continuing to climb. It's actually not a bad incline at all. This is definitely not too difficult at all. It's still spring here in Western New York, and all the beautiful green is coming out still. It's pretty much all back, so the green tunnel type of hiking is here, and I'm all for it. nice bed of moss on the trail, which is really cool. It makes the makes it nice on the foot, a little softer on the foot, which is good. My foot's healing up pretty good, still a little bit sore, but it's getting better, quicker than I thought it was. So I'm still kind of nursing it, but letting it do its thing. So today's words of wisdom. I have found myself in my life at times being, I guess, very unaware of where I was and wanting more and feeling like I hadn't made any progress in my life. And something that I realized is that if you really sit with yourself and think back to this same time a year ago, 2 years ago, however long back, you're in the exact place you are right now that you wished you had been in back then. And that's such a good realization to have. I think it kind of piggybacks on what I was saying about the other day at Stony Brook, about really stopping and being grateful for your growth, stopping at those landing points in your life and really reflecting. You know, life is full of ups and downs. We all know that. But what's really important is to celebrate you and your progress and how far you've come. Try not to dwell on things that you think or you feel are holding you back. Really celebrate yourself, because you have come a long way. You have come very far. And the sky is the limit. You can do this. I believe in you, and I'm proud of you for your accomplishments so far. Remember that you always matter. And we need you here. We need you here on this earth. We need your light. We need your creativity, no matter what that is. Always be grateful and proud of who you are. It's important. Alright, so we just kind of traversed this here. It's like a little stream that's coming down, so it's been a little bit of a slow process because it's quite slippery and muddy, but we're making time here. We're getting through it, and try not to get too soaked. But yeah, this is a great trail so far. I'm really enjoying it. It is well marked. There's white blazes on the trees. I'm not sure if they're showing up as I'm walking, but it's definitely a well marked trail. There are a few blowdowns, but it looks like they're pretty much all taken care of. I only had to walk over one so far. So definitely really unique trail so far. There's a lot of different surfaces. We started out kind of grassy, and then it kind of went a little muddy. Then we had a lot of moss, which was really nice. And now we're kind of traversing a little stream. If you can hear my boots. Oh yeah, it's getting muddy. But hey, it's alright. I know my feet are probably going to get a little bit damp, but thankfully it's not like we're doing a through hike or a overnight or anything, so it'll be okay. Gloopy, goopy, and sticky. But you know what? There's so many things in my life that, for instance, I recently, within the last couple of years, really embraced hiking in adverse conditions. So if it's raining, in the wintertime, snow, like we're doing here, mud. And I've really tried to push myself to embrace it. And it's really brought me a lot of joy, because there's been times where I've just been feeling down, depressed, you know, and it's like I just really want to get out into the forest, do some hiking, but it's raining, but it's snowing, but it's windy, but it's this, but it's that. And it's like, no, push yourself outside of the comfort zone. It's uncomfortable at first. Absolutely it is. Sometimes more than we think it's going to be, but at the end of the day, it helps you. It's growth. It helps you. It helps your brain realize that this is a challenge now, but now that I've done it, now that I can do it, I can keep doing it. And so over time, you train your brain to really accept new challenges. And instead of avoiding them, you kind of dive in and just do it, you know? So that's been a big lesson for me over the past couple years, is just learning to really be outside of that comfort zone, push yourself a little bit, not too hard at first, but you know, to really appreciate the opportunities that you have too, because challenges are opportunities. They're opportunities to grow. I hear water running. Oh wow, yeah, we got a stream here. Nice stream coming down from the mountain there. And just running down that way. So obviously we're going to do a little bit of a crossing here. Hopefully we don't dip our toes too much. Good thing I have long legs. So we made it. And on we go. So here is a blow down here. There is a trail that goes around it, but I was just able to throw a leg over it, but it's a pretty big tree. But it's nice that somebody put this, I don't know if you can see this tape, and marked a alternate route, which is very nice. I love hiking near moving water. It's just so tranquil. Yeah, it really got green all of a sudden through here. Wow. Very green. I think that's an airplane that we hear. It's loud. It's either an airplane or a sport bike. Can't really tell. I think it's an airplane though. Yes, this is where the hiking poles really help, because it is slick right here. So we're going to use those poles to support ourselves and get us down this little decline. Just like that. I always used to come out here, balls to the wall, you know, and hike with no poles, no backpack. Just bring a bottle of water in my hand and off you go. And it's not really smart. I learned that over time, that you should be prepared. You should slow down. Number one, for safety, and number two, to enjoy the hike. And then I slowly realized that carrying more stuff with me was probably a good idea. I'll actually do a gear video soon. I mean, I don't have any major gear, but I'll kind of run it down right now, the simple stuff. I bring with me obviously water. I bring some snacks just in case. I bring a compass. I bring my bug spray. I bring something that's called a tick key, just in case I get a tick, I can remove it. I do bring a first aid kit as well. I do have a small first aid kit in my bag. Depending on the hike and how long it is and where it's at, sometimes I will take just a small bag. Other days I will take a full-on day pack. Obviously bring my hiking poles. Usually bring a jacket, even if it's warm out, just in case you get stuck in the evening after the sun goes down. It's always a good idea to have a jacket. I think I do have a whistle. I have a multi-tool. I do have a fire starter. So, you know, the basics. But it's really important to be semi-prepared when you're coming out. Just in case, because you never know. So we just went through kind of a wet area, some streams. I crossed a little creek 2 times. So, a lot of diversity on this trail. A lot of things to see so far. And we just came up a little bit of an incline. Getting some more of that wonderful mud underneath the boots. And we're just continuing on. Let's check the map real quick to see where we... So I don't know if the camera is going to pick this up, but we started where the P is for the parking lot, and we are the blue circle. So that's where we are, and that's where we're going, to where the P is over there. So we're about close to halfway. So this is an out and back, so we're going to hike there and then hike back. I was thinking about walking the road on the way back, just for a different perspective, some different scenery, but I'm not sure. We'll make that decision when we get to the challenge landmark. Turn around and just show you where we are. So yeah, I'll make that decision when I get to the challenge landmark. I mean, there's nothing wrong with out and back. But I mean, on the way back, it's just the same thing you saw. I mean, it's from a different perspective, yes, and that's important. But I typically like big loops for hikes, because then you kind of get, you're seeing something new the whole time usually. So, but out and back is all good too, because at least you know where you're at, where you've been, and where you're going back to, which is helpful. So hopefully you can see, but that's the first trail marker I've seen for the FLT, like that little circle, which is really cool. So we are continuing on this FLT trail. Again, we're at Bush Hill State Forest. There is something about these state forest, New York State Forest, actually Forest Bureau hikes in general, just seem to be really, really nice, remote. This is, when I think of hiking, this is what I'm thinking of. In the woods, single track trail, and just exploring. So some of the hikes on the list, there's diversity, which is good, but I typically like the secluded hikes. I enjoy them more. I feel like I connect with nature a lot better in these types of areas. So I've always been a fast walker, fast hiker, but I've really learned, like I was mentioning before, to slow down, especially when there's something that's difficult to get through or traverse through, but even more so for the sights. That's what it's all about, really, when you're hiking. I mean, there's a lot of different people have different goals for hiking. Some people do trail running for fitness. Some people just hike for fitness. Some people bird watch. Some people are doing challenges like me. Some people just do it for spiritual reasons or enjoy the quietness of the forest, which I'm disturbing right now because I'm talking. But for me, it's first and foremost, it's about grounding myself, spiritual connection to nature, and then secondly, thought I had a tick on me, but it's just a fly. But secondly, it's my fitness. This is what keeps me going, keeps me in shape. So it's really important for me. I have talked about it on other videos, but so this is, I guess it might be a little bit difficult of a talk for me, but I think it's important that I talk about it. Is, as a man, it's society tells you to just be stoic, hold your emotions in, and kind of suck it up and move on with life, even through challenges. And that is an important attribute to have. But, for me, when you bottle that stuff up and you don't talk about it, or, you're ashamed, or it's societally frowned upon to share your feelings as a man, and you bottle that stuff up, it's not good. It's just, it forms, what happens is when you keep your emotions in, for instance, if you need to cry, right? It's better just to cry than to hold it in, because either you're embarrassed or, you feel you're stronger than that. But it's always best to just let your emotions out, because when you trap them inside, I'm a firm believer that it manifests into disease and mental mental illnesses. So it's very, very important that when you feel emotions, to let them out. Get them out in some way. Cry, punch a pillow, write in a journal, be artistic and make something, whatever it is. Obviously don't be violent to other people. There's no excuse for that. But get your emotions out. It's important. And what else is important is, there's another blowdown, so we're going to go around this one. So this one's marked too. But continuing on that, I'm a very emotionally tapped in man. I feel emotions very deeply. I feel them with all of my soul and my heart, usually. And it's very difficult to be that way and feel like you're actually strong enough, because society has written the book or formed the mold on what you're supposed to be. And I just don't, I struggle with it sometimes, but I don't believe in the molds. I don't believe in, oh, you're a man, you should not show your emotions, or you're a woman and you should, just let your emotions out and be all over the place. We are individual people. Everybody has emotions. Express those emotions the way that's best for you. Again, violence is never acceptable. But, I think men especially should be allowed, and in my opinion, are free to express your emotions, express what you're feeling. And if there's people in your life that don't accept you because you're like that, because you express your feelings, then those are when you have to start putting up those boundaries, to those people. But, it's hard some days to be a man. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't change for anything. I want to change in a positive way. I want to learn how to harness my emotions better and maybe not let them affect me as much. But as far as being in touch with my emotions, I never want to change that. It's actually a strength, not a weakness. It's a lot harder to sit with the emotions that you're feeling. It's a lot harder to sit with them and work through it, and accept that that's the way you're feeling. It's a lot easier to push it away, but if you push it away, you're going to deal with it later, and sometimes life adds up, and if you're dealing with it later, then you're going to be dealing with lots and lots of things at one time, and then it gets overwhelming, and then you never make those changes to heal, to grow. So just deal with your emotions now. It's a lot easier. So I just came down from up in here, and as you can see, there's some spots that are even steeper than this, and it's just been slow going. So I'm just kind of continuing to meander my way down this kind of switchback area of this hike, just being careful. Looks like there's a lot of slippage here, so this is where I'm really going to rely on my poles, kind of angle myself towards the slope, put my poles in the earth to see. I almost fell. I'm going to keep that on the I'm not going to edit that out either. But it's that just proves it's important to go slow, take your time, don't hurt yourself, don't get hurt out here. It's not worth it. But yeah, I almost fell on my ass there. Usually almost happens at least once a hike, and if it doesn't happen, then I guess you're not really hiking, huh? But just be careful, that's all. I know it looks like I'm going exceedingly slow, but I would much rather go slow than have a problem, if you know what I mean. So, alright, so we got through that. Man, there's just so many little streams running down. You can see here. Hopefully I'm showing that good enough. But yeah, there's so many streams running through here, which is really cool. But it's obviously kept this area very damp. And then on top of the rain that we've been receiving, it's been very wet. So definitely an adventure. So here we are. We're going to jump, which is not really even a jump for me. I have such long legs. But here's another slick spot. So we're really going to anchor in here. So yeah, slow going here on the FLT. But, oh yeah. Grabbing onto trees and whatever else. But yeah, this has been a beautiful hike so far. Alright, so here we got a nice little stone walkway across this creek, or stream, I should say. Very nice. I just took it really, really slow coming down that ridge. It was so muddy, very steep, and there was a lot of places that were very precarious and dangerous. So now it looks like we're going to actually do a creek crossing, so hopefully. Let's see, where's the trail from here? Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting, isn't it? Feet might get a little wet here. But look at this. This is gorgeous. Gorgeous little stream. So, I'm going to try to figure out the best way through this, which I'm not quite sure. Let's go down here and take a look and see if there's any better way to cross this. I see an opportunity right here, but still think we're going to get wet feet regardless. Alright, so we made it across a little creek here. I ended up going down a little bit and crossing right over there. They do have this nice crossing here, but I figured it was safer to go down there and do it. So now we're going to go up this hill here, and we're definitely getting close, within about a half a mile of where we're supposed to be ending up. And hopefully the trail is not too bad. This looks pretty muddy. Adjust that camera a little bit. But this has some nice stone in it, so it's not as bad. Still muddy, but my feet did get a little wet. No harm, no foul. I figured they would. I was aware of the stream crossing before I came out here, so depending on how this goes, I just don't want to push my foot too much because it's still not 100%. It's about I'd say 85% healed. I probably shouldn't even be out here doing this, but at the same time, I thought I saw something in the ground there. But at the same time, I needed some forced therapy. So here I am. But once we get to the challenge landmark, I'm going to make the decision on whether to go back the way we came down the hill, or just go and do some road walking. So looking like right now I might choose the road walking, but we'll see. So that section there was about, I don't know, I'd say probably 500 yards of pure deep mud. So that was not fun, but we got through it. I was not expecting the mud to be that deep right there, but that is part of the process. Kind of my fault for coming out after such a rainy stretch of weather, but hey. So now we're just making some time to the challenge landmark, and once we do that, it shouldn't be too long. Then we'll reassess the situation. But so far, it's been a good hike. It's been a little challenging, but it's been good. I'm feeling good, and the fresh air is doing me wonders right now. Alright, so here we are, another little stream crossing. This one looks real easy, but yeah, really cool stream coming down. And more mud. So we're getting real close. I think I'm just going to let the camera roll until we get to where we're going. Yep. Alright, so we made it. This is the challenge landmark. So the road is right up here. And I've made the executive decision to not go back the way we came, just because it's very treacherous conditions, and if my foot was 100%, I would definitely do it. But seeing as my foot is not 100%, I think we'll do the road walk back. Not my first choice, obviously, but it's what we'll do just to preserve the foot. Man, I really feel bad because we're currently road walking, but hey, sometimes that's the way it goes. So sometimes you got to make some turns that you didn't want to do, or go back the way that you hadn't planned. But hey, that's life, and we'll roll with it. I'm not sure how long this walk is going to be, but the road walk, it'll probably be a good couple miles. So I don't think there'll be anything really interesting to see. It's just kind of a two-track road through the state forest, but if I come up on something, we'll definitely record it. But yeah, I'm gonna keep hoofing my ass back to the truck, and this is gonna be a really nice walk. Alright, so this has been an interesting hike. Off in the distance there you can see the truck. I did pick up a piece of trash off the trail. I think that's either 3 or 5 points towards the challenge. There's different stewardship tasks, like picking up trash or visiting a nature center. So we got one of those out of the way. I am very bummed that I had to walk the road on the way back, but that's just a part of it. So but maybe at some point we can come back and redo this one when it's drier and the conditions are a little bit better and my foot is 100% healed. Got a car coming down, so behind me. Oh, it's an ATV. So yeah, it was, but it was a good hike. I enjoyed it. I'm definitely feeling it in my legs and my feet. But it's always good to get out into the forest and get some time out there, some healing time. So I'm gonna end the video here, I think. As you can see, the truck's right up there. But if you wouldn't mind, my page, my channel is growing. It's very small. Just trying to up my number of subscribers and likes and views. So if you would, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button if you're so inclined. I really do appreciate all the support. And we're gonna go on a lot more adventures throughout this summer. So follow along, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out, guys. Thanks for watching.